Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's Tte Notti Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Tte Notti, the podcaster whose career ended after snitching.
If you ain't trying to die better, the dough right there. I'm a gangster. I ain't doing no I'm a gangster, nigga. So nigga, I don't do it for the gram. Nigga, I really do this shit. I'm in real life with this shit.
This is my life. I'm a convict. Bro, I'm a convict.
I'm gonna beat your bitch ass up. I don't even play them type of games. Yeah! Ain't never gave up no names, nigga. PSI, big shit, man.
And Sean Cotton is the king of a bitch. Bootleg Kev, he trash as hell. Academic need to shut up and stay in his place.
Tte Notti Jake is a cracker. We tired of your bitch ass, and it starts today.
Now, the loudest mouth on YouTube just got silenced, and it wasn't even by me. Fox 7 News in Austin, Texas is on demon time after exposing Tte Notti for snitching. According to the news article, a plot to murder a rapper at a show in downtown Austin has led to the arrests of two men, according to court paperwork. 39-year-old Don Lee Bennett and 38-year-old Pierre Lede Jones were arrested on March 10th. Both are facing a third-degree felony charge of possession of a firearm by a felon, and Jones is facing an additional harassment charge, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Court paperwork says the plot was uncovered when Notti, who was found in possession of a handgun despite being prohibited from having one, voluntarily told police that two of his associates were planning to kill another man that night.
Yeah! Ain't never gave up no names, nigga!
One of his associates was identified as Bennett. The other was named in the affidavit, but has not been arrested yet. Now, y'all know I be late to certain things sometimes because I don't like to just go off of what the news says. I like to request the actual reports. On March 9th, 2024, police noticed a gold Lexus with an expired tag. The vehicle was pulled over and officers made contact with Woodisha Hornsby, the driver, and Tte Notti, the passenger. Come to find out, Woodisha had a warrant for her arrest and both her and Notti were detained outside the vehicle. An officer observed marijuana inside the passenger door and a probable cause search was conducted. That's when Notti admitted he had a firearm in the vehicle. Located in the glove box was a cheap-ass 9mm Taurus G2C. A criminal history check would show Notti as a convicted felon with a long history of arrests, and because of this, he'd be charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. But Notti would do the impossible. Notti would voluntarily explain to officers that two associates of his were conspiring to commit murder against another individual later that night. He'd state Don Bennett, aka Dove Don, and William Colvin, aka Wild Bill, were planning on going to see Isaiah Jones, aka OTM Zay, at a show he was performing at. The two made preparations with Notti to ensure that they could use his VIP access credentials for South by Southwest to attend the show. Notti had the top VIP credentials since he's a podcaster that interviews local rappers. Notti explained his VIP status would keep the two men from being searched at the door, allowing them to sneak concealed weapons into the club.
So at Maker Place, it's all about the handmade. You don't have to look through all those fakers to find an adorable pillow like me.
Notti explained Don and Bill wanted to kill Zay in order to prevent him from testifying against Bill in an upcoming court case. According to the Travis County courts, Wild Bill was out on a $250,000 bond. On April 2nd, 2021, it was 8:15 in the morning when Austin 911 received a call for an unresponsive male. As police and paramedics arrived at the home, they pronounced 28-year-old Jorge James dead in his bed. Homicide investigators would later learn through witnesses that the previous night, the victim was at a club called Chica's Bonitas. A fight broke out, and as the victim attempted to break it up, Wild Bill hit the man, knocking him out. After regaining consciousness, the victim refused medical treatment at the scene and left with his friends, only to die from his injuries in his sleep. 4 days later, the warrant went out for Wild Bill. Charged with aggravated assault, this may be the very case Zay was allegedly going to testify against him on. Tte Notti told officers that Dove Don was going to pay him $450 to deliver the handgun to him at the concert. Tte Notti also said they were armed and dangerous within the downtown area and in possession of 6 guns, including an AK-47. Notti assisted officers in orchestrating a meeting with Don. Notti let the officers see the texts, which were cryptic but indicative of some type of coordinated plan. Officers contacted the gang unit and major crime suppression unit to inform them on what Notti just told them. Investigators would learn about a YouTube podcast where OTM Zay spoke disrespectfully about Notti, indicating a motive for the shooting. Officers developed a plan to have Cadet Notti meet Don at a gas station. Surveillance units were in position and identified Don's vehicle as it pulled in. Notti told officers he thinks Don is with Bill, and the two would likely shoot at officers if they attempted to arrest them. As Don exited his vehicle, Notti was shown real-time photos from the surveillance team as he positively identified his own friend. Don would leave the gas station making his way to the concert when he texted Notti, "I'm on the scene." Operating off the intelligence gathered by Notti, officers believed Don was at the concert armed with a handgun, conspiring to commit murder. Taking into consideration the number of innocent lives within a densely populated area, a shooting of any kind could have unintended victims, causing a potential mass casualty. So Austin's SWAT team would conduct a high-risk takedown without incident, finding a .45 caliber Glock 30 on Don. He'd be charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. The investigation into the conspiracy to commit murder would continue as investigators found several YouTube videos of Notti and Zay, identifying a very clear feud between them. A video posted on February 26th by a channel named Rico the Black Man would feature Zay talking about the ongoing dispute. Zay would talk shit about Notti and Don, but due to the fact that Don was found with his own gun, investigators didn't believe Notti's story of supposed to be getting paid $450 to deliver him a gun. Because of the obvious feud between the two, investigators believe both men conspired to murder OTM Zay. Both Notti and Don have since bonded out of jail, with Notti's career as a podcaster officially dying. Being the main face of Pop Austin media and having everyone there turn against him, it's hard to imagine what's next for Notti aside from a prison sentence. Not only has he admitted he was in possession of a firearm as a felon, he overly cooperated with the police. Being a man who let the world know he was BG's cellmate and had a strong stance against rats, it seems highly unlikely Tte Notti will ever walk in general population. It's even more unlikely that he'll go unknown or unnoticed with the giant tattoo of his own fucking name on his face. On top of all of this, Notti has another open case for harassment. Back in January, his wife, who's currently divorcing him, told police Notti called her yelling and threatening her life, saying she was fixing to die. He'd also send a photo showing a gun in a car and a video of himself handling the gun. She'd tell police she knows he's violent and he's been violent with her in the past. She'd record a part of the call where he can be heard yelling and threatening her. Days after, officers would once again speak with the victim, who said Notti has continuously called from private numbers as his number is blocked. She'd state Notti yet again threatened to kill her, saying he'd shoot up the house. It's hard to imagine what was holding Notti together, as he seemed to be crashing all the way out and hoping to make it big beforehand. It's even harder to imagine how the feds have yet to indict him when they've caught him with one gun and have him on video with another. A federal sentence at this point would guarantee Notti's future in protective custody, as he wouldn't be able to walk any federal yard with his paperwork. But we'll just have to wait and see how much of a plea bargain he'll get from cooperating. Now, Notti, this is highly disappointing. First off, you're 38, 39 years old, screaming blood on YouTube, and you were calling people out for this and that. You attempted to call me out until I got on the phone with you, and then everything was buddy. You were super defensive about BG's situation. You were super upfront about rats and snitches and this and that. You got caught with a handgun, knowing that you're a convicted felon. That's right back to the feds. You get caught with a gun. And you decide to throw two people under the bus for a murder, which is crazy because you weren't even in the courtroom trying to make a deal. You were on the scene trying to make a deal. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all about this. Now, how far this is gonna go, I don't know. So far, you only got your boy locked up with a gun. You told the police in real time, they got you in the fucking surveillance van with the computers and antennas and shit. They got you in there showing you real-time footage, and you're like, yeah, that's him. Go get him, but watch out. He might pop one of y'all ass. So they sent SWAT. They grabbed him, found him with a Glock 30. He gets locked up for the gun. The other one's apparently on the run, or just detectives might have talked to him. Maybe they don't have enough evidence to hit them boys with a conspiracy to commit murder charge. Maybe the feds are gonna step in, who knows? But at this point in time, you did all that snitching. None of them got locked up on the murder. Your boy got locked on a gun. The same charge as you. Meaning if you get indicted for being a felon by the feds, and he gets indicted for being a felon by the feds, y'all finna go to the same motherfucking facility. Unless you full on check in and, you know, do a keep away order, whatever. But goddamn, bro, you literally just crashed the fuck out, riding around with a female that got a warrant for her arrest, with an expired tag, with a cheap ass gun. You are the prime example for the future. You are literally the poster of who to show the kids in a juvenile detention facility. You don't want to be like Tte Notti. You do not want to tattoo your whole name on your own fucking face and come out on YouTube like you the biggest and baddest shit in the world just to get caught with a gun and then snitch on every fucking body you know. That's you now. That's the legacy you're leaving behind. Because and I'm gonna be honest with you, you had potential with the YouTube shit. With all the yelling and eventually you would have got that together. You would have been more professional. You had potential with this YouTube shit. I'll admit that. With the podcasting, you could have did something. But you played. And as far as this goes, I don't see how there's any excuse or leeway or anything that would make any of the people that used to fuck with you again. Unfortunately, you know, you did it to yourself. And for the others watching, because I know he's going to see this, but for y'all, the viewers, this is a prime example of what not to fucking do. You have an opportunity, but you can't get out of your own ways. You're threatening your ex-wife who you're divorcing. You're threatening to kill her, to shoot her up, sending her pictures of you with a gun. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's sad because you did it to yourself, but you could have went a completely different route. And the biggest thing when it comes to saving yourself or someone else from prison is making sure they understand their worth, making sure they understand their potential. Because when I didn't understand mine, I didn't give a fuck about losing it. And now that I see where I'm at and everything that I have, and I don't mean this, I mean my family, my house, these YouTube awards that have shown the years of dedication of just keeping it going and doing the right thing. Now that I have that understanding, that's what keeps me from crashing and going back to the bullshit. So hopefully for y'all, this will be a lesson, and it's bigger than just laughing at someone else's demise. But hey, it's Tte Notti Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me.
Yeah, shout out to Tte Notti Jake. You know what I'm talking about. Shit, I want to welcome y'all to Dead Game Entertainment. You know, yeah. got a little situation here, you know. This man here, this man ain't right. The man ain't right. There's something wrong with him. But for real. You was a dangerous, very, very dangerous individual. You know, you about to slide on the homie. Y'all done had a disagreement by whatever means. You know what I'm talking about? But shit, you ain't got no loyalty. You know what I'm talking about? You about to go slide on the homie. At the same time, you get caught up with a female that's on the one. She shouldn't be driving any goddamn way. You know what I'm talking about? But because she is, and she done got your dumb ass pulled over, you done put the homies in a situation that they can't get out of. And you made sure they ass couldn't get out of it. Like you voluntarily gave all this information to sweeten the deal, like, bro, you did that shit on the scene, bro. You didn't even wait. You didn't even try to goddamn, you know what I'm talking about, like, see how long it was gonna take to get down there to the station or none of that shit though. You just had this on your chest. You just had to get it. You had to get it on out there. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you had to make sure that these folks knew how you felt about this situation. And by all means, you just want to let them know that you cool with them. And goddamn, you know, my nigga, you going to jail. You took everybody goddamn else with your ass. You was a dangerous ass individual, but you gonna get a motherfucker about their position one way or the other, homie. You know what I'm talking about? Boy, you was a wild one, boy. Yeah. Shit. Y'all stay highly posted, man. Shit. Appreciate y'all checking me out. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, you like it, you know, comment, you know what I'm talking about, subscribe, you know what I'm talking about. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Stay fully focused. Always stay on your pivot. Stay aware of your surroundings.